Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the video. This morning we are going to do a review on the Boldr Expedition Everest. Wrist check, I'm wearing my Bulova Marine Star that my son gave me a couple of Christmases ago, keeping with the blue theme here. So we are going to cover Boldr Expedition Everest. This is the first and only Boldr I've had or had experience handling and wearing. It's a very popular micro brand that does a lot of field watches and GMT travel watches. So yeah, let's jump into this. It's a very substantial piece. This is not a Hamilton khaki. When you have this watch on, you know you have it on. It's very substantial. I feel it in my hand. And as you can see, it's a chunk. It's a chunk of a watch. So the case is 41 millimeters around with a lug to lug of 46. It is 14 millimeters thick and a 20 millimeter lug to lug distance. The case is neither polished or brushed. It has like a bead blasted or a satin blast finish, similar to a Hamilton khaki mechanical. It's very smooth, very nice in presence. So we have two crowns, one at the 2 o'clock and one at the 4 o'clock. The 2 o'clock crown is a screw down. They're both screw down, controls the internal bezel. And the one at the 4 o'clock is the time and date hands. It has a 200 meter water resistance and a double dome sapphire crystal with AR reflective coating. As you can see, I think it has like a blue finish on the AR because you can, when you get the right angle, you can see a blue tint to it, but it just makes it look even better because of the blue dial of the watch. There you go. You can kind of see it right there. So yes, both crowns are screw down. The crown there with the bezel, that's loomed. So let's look at the dial. The dial is a matte blue finish with a Superluminova BG-W9 C3. It is in two different colors. The hands and the numbers are different colors, and you can see the loom shot on the thumbnail. We have two track. This is a field watch, so you have a track of the 12-hour Arabics, and then on the inner dial you have the 24-hour military chapter ring there. The hands are a big bold handset with a second hands with a nice orange tip to it for easy reading. The date wheel is actually, I don't know if you can see it in the light, it's not a black with white numbering, it's actually blue. It matches the color of the dial. The movement is a Sellita, Swiss-based Sellita movement, the SW200. It's automatic, self-winding hacking mechanism and has a 38, I've read both 38 and 40 hour power reserve, so I would go with 38. I wear this watch sporadically. It's not in my main rotation, so I'm not familiar with how long a full wind goes. I don't know the watch that well. I wear this mainly when I do go out, maybe on a weekend, so it's probably been sitting a couple of weeks before in between wearing, so I'm not familiar with the power reserve. The one thing, as you can see, I have it on a Blue Shark NATO strap. My biggest complaint about the watch was the factory strap that it came on. If this was silicone, it would be an amazing strap to wear it on, just because the blue matches the watch, and of course it would have been the OEM strap. However, it's a very rigid rubber. Imagine if Seiko put a rubber strap, kind of almost like the old rubber straps on the SKXs. It was very rigid. It prevented the watch from sitting. It sat on top of your wrist, if that makes sense. It was hard. You would have to really cinch it down to get the watch to lay on your wrist, to lay into your wrist. It kind of sat up on your wrist. And when the watch is 14 millimeters thick, it kind of just, it doesn't look right and it didn't feel right. It was uncomfortable. As you can see, it's, you know, it's very rigid. So I wore that one time, literally once, and then ordered up a blue Sharknado. So let's do a wrist shot here. There you go. So it's like I said, 41 millimeter case. I have a 7.25 inch wrist, so that gives you a good point of reference. Like I said, it is a substantial watch. This does not lay flat on your wrist like a Hamilton mechanical. It's still a great watch. It's just a different watch. So that crown's bugging me. So let me screw this back down. So yeah, that's the Boldr Expedition Everest. It comes with a nice package here, a great boxing presentation. Nice box with all the, your cards and information, and comes with a handy dandy field notepad. Like I said, I just didn't like the rubber strap. So would I recommend Boldr? Absolutely. I think it's a great micro brand, and I would own Boldrs in the future as well if they made something that struck my eye to purchase, or if they want to send one in for a review, that would be great. So that's the review, the Boldr Expedition Everest. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks.